What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. For those of you that follow me on Instagram, you might know that my M3 is not my daily driver car. It's actually my weekend/summer car, and so I actually daily a 2016 Honda Civic, which is actually a leased vehicle, and my lease is actually up in August. So I started searching for cars. I started looking earlier this year. I kind of had an idea of what cars I wanted to look at, and so based on the title of the video, you probably already know that I got something, and it's something that has red interior. And so, as you can see, this is not my M3, and I ended up purchasing something today. There were actually quite a few cars that were on my list. Obviously, I thought about going with something a little bit older, like an E46 M3, but at the end of the day, it's going to be a much older car. The E46, even though I love them to death, they look amazing. They still look like they're, you know, a vehicle of today. Getting another two-door car just didn't seem to make sense. I mean, my M3 is a two-door coupe, and for having a daily driver car, I wanted something with four doors, and so that led me to the E39 M5. Also, a really, really awesome car. With it being as old as it is, you know, it still looks very modern as well. Love that car, but at the end of the day, it would be something really old with, you know, over 100,000 miles easily. And so, you know, my budget, I didn't want to go crazy. I didn't want to spend too much money. So for those of you that have followed me a really long time on Instagram, you probably know that I had a 2008 E90 335i, and that was my daily at the time, and so really, really enjoyed that car. Didn't want to go back to another E90, trying to get something a little bit, you know, newer. And so I even thought, you know, stepping out of BMW. I never thought I would be a brand loyal to BMW or any, you know, particular model, maker model. And but here we are on my, you know, I've had three BMWs at this point, two of them being M3s. And so I thought maybe going back to my roots a little bit. Before my 335, I actually had an Infiniti G35 Coupe. I really loved that Infiniti. With it being a VQ motor, it sounded amazing, and that's what kind of led me to the Q50. And you know, the styling on the Q50 is amazing. I would have purchased a Q50S if I didn't purchase this vehicle, which I will get to in a minute, but that was probably my top contender. And honestly, it just came down to the fact that, you know, what kind of deal can I find within, you know, not too far of a distance from where I live, and something with relatively low miles. And so that's kind of what led me to this particular vehicle. So let's talk about the car that I'm currently driving in. We can have another video later on of all the, you know, the specs and the details that are on this particular car, but this is a 2014 BMW 335i. It's fully loaded, and it's got the M Sport package and everything. It's actually got a couple, you know, small modifications on it, and I'll get into that at another point as well. Just some details on it. I purchased this today. Today's Sunday, and I actually took a flight out of state. If you guys know, I'm from north of Cincinnati, Ohio, and so there aren't a ton of these types of cars, you know, around my area. So I had to travel out of state to get the car, which I'm totally used to doing, just because my last three BMWs were all purchased from out of state. And so, you know, if it's something specific that you want, sometimes you got to, you know, go out and find it. And so found this car, awesome spec on it. The colors are amazing. It's mineral gray, metallic, and coral red on the interior. And like I said, it's fully loaded, M Sport package. It's even got, you know, Alcantara M Performance trim with the carbon in here. It's got an M Performance exhaust on it, BMW M Performance intake as well. And so I traveled out of state to get this car. I flew down this afternoon to Atlanta, Georgia, and where this car was located, and now I'm actually on my drive back to Cincinnati because today's Sunday. I have work tomorrow, Monday morning, and currently my iDrive is telling me that I will arrive home at about 2 in the morning, a little after 2 in the morning. So definitely a long day, but worth the drive. So like I said, this is a 2014 model. It's a sedan, 335i, not the xDrive, so it's a rear-wheel drive car. I bought it with 32,600 something miles, and I'm now at 32,716. So pretty low mile car for the year. And like I said, I got it at a pretty nice price. That's kind of why I jumped on it. I was going to wait until my Honda lease was up in August, but I could not pass up this deal. And so, you know, if you have questions about the numbers, I can go into it. But super awesome deal. Great car. The interior is virtually spotless. There are a couple minor, you know, flaws on the outside of the car. It was a daily driver for the gentleman that owned it, who was, you know, in their mid or early to mid 40s, I'd say. Super nice guy. But yeah, finally made it home from Atlanta. It was about an 8-hour drive. Actually a pretty awesome experience, even though I was driving through the night and I didn't get home till 1:30 in the morning. But that 8-hour drive gave me an opportunity to really experience the car in its entirety, and it did not skip a beat, and I'm really, really happy with my purchase. As expected, after an 8-hour drive, the whole front end of the car was covered in dead bugs. I also drove through a little bit of rain coming out of Atlanta, and so the following day I cleaned the car up, and I think we're finally ready to reveal the car to you guys. So there you have it. I hope you guys enjoy the car. We can do another video just to go over the full details on what exactly is on this car in terms of options and any aftermarket parts, etc. But if you guys like the car, definitely give it a like, comment and let me know what kind of modifications you'd like to see on this car. And if you've got any questions, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.